to Falls Grove Coast Flood and Risk Management Schemes. Councillor Cunningham stayed where he was. He's asked if he could speak on this one, so I'll ask Councillor Evans to introduce it and I invite Councillor Cunningham to comment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A little bit for the background first, if I may. Members might recall that back in 2010, this council adopted the North Southern Shoreline Management Plan, within which the Porchester-Falls Grove stretch had a hold the line policy designation. Some very good long-term thinking at an early stage. The plan itself was subsequently followed in 2011 with the Porchester-Emsworth Coastal Flood and Erosion Risk Management Strategy, and that was approved after some considerable discussions with the Environment Agency in 2013. So a lot of very important analysis of our shoreline, together with considerable designations and strategic objectives, and some provisional cost estimates. But no funding was identified. What we had were projects that would need to be undertaken in the event of issues occurring, but without the funding behind them. However, a very important preparatory set of work. Then in this particular area along came a development proposal at Trafalgar Wharf, which I think the old Vosper Thornycroft site, and that's immediately adjacent to the sea area there. They themselves, to go through that development, would need to put in some considerable sea defences for the habitations they were going to build, but at the same time we were able to negotiate along with Portsmouth Planning Department off-site coastal defence contributions for the sites immediately adjacent to Trafalgar Wharf, and that sum that was negotiated was £3.075 million, an extremely large sum of money. It seems to be, if you just put a patio pool in your back garden, it costs you a fortune, but if you try to do something down by the sea, the costs are really quite astronomical. And often because, of course, the engineering is very difficult to define, and once you start digging, you find all sorts of issues. But a large sum of money by way of grant. Now, having secured that money in principle, it then enabled our agency, the East Southern Coastal Partnership, to apply to the Environment Agency for grants to carry out very detailed planning. And they did that, and they were successful to get in excess of £500,000 worth of grants to carry out some very detailed planning work and studies. The options which they went through, along with their main advisors, included a very comprehensive plan to give a 100-year protection through a number of options of different timescales of protection. And all of those options required Environment Agency capital grants to supplement the Trafalgar Wharf developer contribution. In the end, the scheme which was finally provisionally agreed with the Environment Agency as affordable is a 15-year scheme that will, with a 30-year element in front of the sailing club, will provide a certain element of protection, and that's outlined in section 17. Section 18 is quite interesting here because this indicates what might need to be done after 15 years in each of those areas. The pity is, to the extent that we couldn't get the complete project approved originally, but I guess funds are in heavy demand all over the country. But what we have got is, in principle, from the Environmental Agency, that they will provide a grant of £5.4 million once we've secured the £3.075 million from the developer. And in terms of that element, as I understand it, the development has been agreed in principle. There's some 70 plus conditions attached to that development proposal, which is a Portsmouth development planning approval. There's some final legal elements that are going to be tied up there, and we ourselves also involved in discussions to tie up the legal arrangements in terms of securing the money and having the money then paid over to us from the Environment Agency. So tonight what the Executive has been asked to do is first of all support the recommended affordable scheme, and then secondly support the application to the Environment Agency for a grant in aid of £5.4 million.